Hi folks, Matthew Lanigan here with BayWa RE. We still see folks signing in, so we'll just give it 2 more minutes and we'll be back with our friends from Soluna. Thanks so much. Hi folks, Matthew Lanigan here with BayWa RE. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer here for BayWa. Really thank you all for being here today to learn a bit more with our new partner Soluna. Really excited to bring their product on board and have offerings for high voltage, low voltage, and small commercial. A couple of things before we get going. This will be recorded. It'll be uploaded to our YouTube channel today. It'll also come out in our monthly newsletter. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel yet, we'd really love it. You can find this recording there as well as all of our past recordings. Continuing education is part of the culture here at BayWa, so we're really happy to extend that to our customers as well. We will be taking questions, so at the end of each segment, we'll take questions. And if I could have somebody just test the question box in the bottom right corner to make sure it's working. Wonderful. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our friend Luis with Soluna from beautiful Dallas, Texas today.
Hello, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be with you today. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome. Yes, so my name is Luis Carrasco. I am based in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much, Paul, for the introduction. And I am excited to share with you innovations and especially Soluna with cutting edge technology. We have lithium batteries manufactured in Shanghai, China. And currently we have tech support, which is me in Dallas, Texas. Soluna stands for the sun and the moon. That's why the logo there, a half moon, and the sun, the sunrise. The reason is because battery storage is the solution to maximize the power of the sun, not only in the day, but also throughout the night. And this is my contact information. That's my cell phone number, my email, and feel free to contact me at any point in any technical questions you have with your product, with Soluna battery. And as I mentioned, we manufacture lithium batteries for residential, commercial, and industrial storage system solutions. And our product that stands for safety, reliability, is also affordable, and it provides independence. Either if someone wants to go off grid, this is also a great way to go off grid. If they want to be interconnected and export to the grid, it's also a way to do it. We are in working with Solis as UL 9540 in certified. So with Solis hybrid inverter, that's the conjunction how we are approaching the market in Canada to help customers use solar power and store solar power. Soluna was established in 2015 with DLG Energy, and our first battery energy storage system was launched in 2017. We acquired UL certificates in 2019, and Soluna was founded in 2020 as an independent company. Back in 2021, we established a global network in Europe, Australia, and we started a call center in Mexico. We started also having a high auto production line, reaching gigawatt hours in 2023. And in 2024, we launched commercial and industrial solutions, and we also reached the megawatt hour battery energy storage system. And Soluna was established in US in 2024. Also, this year in 2025, we launched a new 5K battery. It's called Evo, which is EOS was the previous battery we had for the 5K, but the Evo, it's just another option that is more affordable for the end customer. This is where we manufacture our batteries. This is an example of the facility with the robots now doing most of the work. This is for efficiency in the production line. We also have a testing center for the commercial, industrial, and residential batteries. And our distribution is in Canada now with BayWa partnering with us, and we are excited for this opportunity to make more presence in Canada and provide energy freedom to all customers. We have our line of products in Soluna is starting with 1.5 kilowatt hours to 150 kilowatt hours. We have one all-in-one with the one Cactus and E15 and Cactus E30. This is our all-in-one battery. This is more for small solutions such as going out camping, for charging your phone, your laptop, keeping maybe a few lights in your tent on. And our low voltage battery pack for residential, we have two options, the EOS and the Evo, and we have the 10K low voltage pack. And for our high voltage battery pack, we have the 15K and the 10K. We also have a commercial and industrial solution with Power Cell. That's the name of our product. And it already has the inverter in it. Where this is the inverter, the conversion with the inverter. It's compatible with Solis as well. And all of these products are compatible with Solis inverter. This is an example of the 5K setup. Whenever you have an install, you can have up to 4 batteries connected to a parallel box, and you can parallel up to 12. Well, by now you will have more than just 4 connected to one parallel box. You can have up to 30 parallel batteries. This is the lithium battery with a rated capacity of 5.12 kilowatt hours, a usable capacity of 4.60 kilowatt hours, with a depth of discharge of 90%. And the rated voltage is 51.2 volts, and the maximum charge is 100 amps, and the discharge current is also at 100 amps. is 1C rated, which means that you can charge and discharge within an hour. And the life cycle is 6,000 cycles. If you have, let's say, a discharge and a charge once a day, you can have a battery for 16 years. The weight is 60 kilograms. In millimeters, the height is 595 millimeters. The width is 438, and the depth is 164 millimeters. We use CAN communication and Wi-Fi communication, and it's certified UL 1973. This is the appearance of our 5K. This is very flexible in its installation, where you can have the versatility. You can use floor mount, wall mount, and stack them. You can even use our manufacturer racks. We have a rack where you can store up to 8 batteries. It has 8 slots. Of course, for a residential solution in Canada, then you will not be able to have 8 batteries within a home, but you can have, if you wanted to have it, it's possible. Not within the house, but if you wanted a system of that capacity. The power engagement port on the sides with an on and off switch. It has handles on the side, LED status lights, which each one represents 25% warning labels, and the bracket fixing hose. So you have multiple brackets, and just the way to install it, it's very competitive. Not a lot of, or I cannot think of many, or not even one battery that can have all those multiple ways to install. This is our other batteries, as I will talk later, have also maybe a couple of ways you can install them, but the 5K is the most versatile in its installation. So these are the main features of our 5K. You have the depth of discharge 90%, and it's a lithium battery with 6,000 cycles. It has a BMS integrated, Wi-Fi monitoring 24/7, scalable up to 150 kilowatt hours. So as I mentioned, you can have up to 30 units in auto parallel, which means that the BMS will parallel them without the need of that configuration, and it will keep the balance in the voltage in all of the batteries. It has self-heating for low temperatures. In this case, for Canada, it will be, the best way to install it will be within a home where there is heat already, because the low temperature, it will be considered -10 Celsius. Then you will have an alarm that will tell the BMS will tell the battery to go to sleep. In this case, then you will help in the tech support in helping you get it back on, but it will be the main thing is to keep it in a warm place. SmartLink compatible for systems up to 1.2 megawatt hours, 10-year guarantee, and with LED indicator lights on the side. And these are the applications where you can have a self-stack. We have a movable cabinet, rack mount, up to 8 batteries in one rack. And as I mentioned, you can even have them to 150 kilowatt hours. And with Solis SX6 low voltage hybrid is compatible. This is an example where you have an installation with our 5K and Solis, with also compatible with Solarc and others, SMA, Lux Power, Victron. Any questions with the 5K?
Any questions, folks? I don't see anything at the moment. I think we're good to go for now, Luis. Oh, wait. Is it compatible with ELS?
ELS. If it has CAN communication, it is. It's for microinverters. We're not compatible with microinverters.
Okay, see, that's it for now. Thank you.
This is our 10K low voltage rated capacity, 10.24 kilowatt hours. The usable capacity is 9.20 kilowatt hours. Nominal voltage 51.2 volts. The voltage range is 40 volts through 57.6 volts. Maximum charge at 100 amps, and the maximum discharge current is 200 amps. This is also 1C rated, which allows you to charge and discharge within an hour. The operating temperature, it's also -10 Celsius to 50 Celsius. And the certificates is UL 9540A and with communication CAN and Wi-Fi. The dimensions in millimeters to 760 height and by 500 in width and 215 in depth. The weight is 100 kilograms. It has IP protection, IP65. Installation, it can be floor stand, wall mounted, and we have a rack for that as well. And you can parallel up to 30 units without an external hub. This is the appearance of the 10K with an on and off switch on the side, the bracket fixing holes, the handles, the LED status light. This is for an interface with the customer so they can see the charge of the battery, the power engagement port on the side. And it's a lithium battery, and the reason it's a lithium battery with a prismatic cell, which allows for higher capacity, improved safety, it's a better thermal management, and it has high volumetric energy density. We have 6,000 cycles for charge and discharge, and the depth of discharge is 90%. If it's an off-grid scenario, we recommend it to be 80% for the depth of discharge. It's a 1C rated, which allows you to up to 200 amps charge and discharge. The VMS is integrated with Wi-Fi monitoring. This is what we, as the Soluna, we are able to see detailed information of the battery. As an end customer, you will have the app, which is the Soluna eCloud, and we also have the web, the eCloud port, where you will see the battery status, energy details by day, month, year, and you will be able to submit if there is any issue with it, you can communicate with us. And a lot of the time people ask if the battery will have the same app along with the inverter app, and it's a separate app. For example, Solis will have its own app, and we, Soluna, have our own app. What we can do is to help you by having access to the account in the Solis app, and we can see what the inverter and the battery are doing, what it may be, if there is a communication issue. We also have our own chat with Solis tech support, so we communicate if there is any issue. But we have our own application where you will see the information only for the battery. And it's a scalable up to 120 kilowatt hours. You have the ability to parallel up to 12 units with using the parallel box, which allows you to connect up to 4 batteries. So you will have 3 parallel boxes for 4 batteries each, and that will allow you to have 12 batteries. One will be the master parallel box, which will have the data logger, and one data logger will be able to send all the information of the 12 batteries. These are the racks that we manufacture for the 10K. You have 6 rack with 6 slots. You have the on and off switch on the top, which allows you to turn them all on or all off in one location. You have the optional products, which are the data logger, the parallel box, and also the movable cabinet that is IP65 for places with higher humidity or salt in the air. It's a scalable, and it has also self-heating option. The SmartLink is SmartLink compatible. This is another product we offer at Soluna. This is to allow users to have 10 groups. Let's say each group is 12 batteries. So you can have up 12 groups, 10 groups of 12 connected to this SmartLink. And in this case, you can have the 10 kilowatt hour high voltage or low voltage battery pack to be connected, and it will allow you to have a total of 120 batteries. So these are some of the features of the SmartLink with battery communication ports, 10 of them, inverter communication port, LED indicators, protocol ID, a 24-volt input, which has to be turned on either by a generator, the DC charger, or an inverter. The USB 1.5, it has an Ethernet and half. You can have a maximum of 10 groups packs connected to it. And it has a remote and local monitoring support. And it has a 10-year guarantee standard. So applications, you can have wall mount or floor mount, and you also have the option for a rack. With also, it's compatible with Solis. It has already UL 9540 certified with Solis. These are options where you can have, this is an example with the 10K and using Victron. We have multiple inverters, and if there is one inverter that is not compatible or that is not in our list, we can always work to add it to our list with the CAN communication. Any questions for the 10K low voltage battery?
We have someone asking, does all the different Soluna product have the app access, including the 5K?
Yes. Yes, they all have the app access and Wi-Fi monitoring.
Great. And someone else asked, at one point I heard APS was finalizing technical details to confirm compatibility with the low voltage batteries. Is this still in the works as far as these? 10 kilovolt with APS and the ELS series. A number of our already installed projects with APS DS3 micros have reached out asking for storage solutions. What's the best way to approach this if we wanted to use Soluna? So my understanding is you guys are still working through this with APS, and we're hoping to resolve that shortly. Can you add to that?
Yeah, we are already, we have multiple locations where they have already been installed and they are working properly and operating in daily usage, but we are still working with them to have this certification with APS.
So we will round back with timelines on that shortly. Thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you. Great questions. Any other question?
Nope, looks good for now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. For our high voltage battery packs, we have the 10 kilowatt hours and the 15 kilowatt hours for residential and commercial systems. They have been added to the BC Hydro Battery Rebate eligibility. So that's also for your information. The Soluna high voltage batteries, this is an example of how it looks. The rated capacities for the 10K is usable capacity is 9 kilowatt hours, nominal voltage 268.8 volts. The voltage range is 235.2 volts through 294 volts. The maximum charge is 40 amps and the maximum discharge current is 40 amps. The operating temperature is -10 and to 50 Celsius. The certificates is UL 9540 A communication CAN, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth, and dimensions in millimeters 905 in height, 654 in width, and 227 in depth. The weight is 105 kilograms with IP protection IP65. The installation can be floor stand or wall mount, and you can parallel up to 10 units without an external hub. For the 15 kilowatt hour battery, its usable capacity is 13.5 kilowatt hours. The nominal voltage 384 volts. The voltage range is 336 through 420 volts. The maximum charge is 40 amps, and the maximum discharge is 40 amps. Operating temperature -10 Celsius to 50 Celsius. The certificates is also UL 9540 with Solis and UL 9548. Communication CAN, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth with 1205 millimeters in height, 654 millimeters in width, and 227 millimeters in depth. With 143, it's the weight, and the IP65 rated. Floor stand, wall mounted installation, and up to 10 units without an external hub for paralleling. The appearance of the 10K, well, there are some differences between the 10K and the 15K as far as on the sides where you connect, between the low voltage and the high voltage. The high voltage, you will have the power engagement port on the side, the black star button, which is also only on the high voltage solution right now. And I will explain what it is here in another slide. It has the wall mount brackets, reserve grounding, and the DC charge port. So the black star is on the side. You can see there is a box that covers it so that kids will not touch it, or it's also the only way it will turn on is by pressing it for 10 seconds. It has a switch on and off, electric terminals on the side, the communication port, the CAN 1 for the inverter, the CAN 2 for monitoring, and the second one is so that it can be parallel with another battery. The external charge port, you have the external charge port on the side, and now the new versions have the capacity knob, which, for example, if you have a 15K, then and it's if you went over this charge, then you can turn the knob down to 10K so that it can wake up the battery, and we can monitor what is going on in the battery and be able to troubleshoot. It has a fuse, and this is for protection. Of course, it's a lithium battery. The main things about the internal features is that you have multiple layers of safety. Not only the BMS integrated in it, but it has also the SPD, the protection relay, and a fuse. Different from other competitors where they have MOSFET, where the BMS it's connected to the MOSFET, and one cell gets burned, the BMS is in danger. But with the protection relay, you can see how physically it's separated from the BMS. And if there is an issue, the relay will maybe be the one getting burned without compromising the BMS. The safety features has a surge suppressor, the positive pole contactor, thermal switch. It has plus output and power resistance, surge suppressor, ground terminal. They have negative pole contactor, ferrite core, external charging port, and the BMS. And it has the CC source for monitoring and DC source for BMS. So this you have multiple layers of safety. This is just a picture of what it will look inside the battery. With a 6,000 cycles for charge and discharge. The depth of discharge is also 90%. It's 1C rated for 40 amps. and it has the colorful LED status light with the red button. The red light will be representing the black star, and the inverter and battery communication lost more than 5 minutes in communication will be represented by purple light. The yellow light will be showing battery self-protection mode. The white light will be the master battery, and the green light will be the slave battery. So the red light will turn on when you press the black start. It will turn the batteries in the LED will turn red for 10 seconds, and then it will go back to the status, whatever the status might be. In the inverter and the battery communication, if they lost more than 5 minutes of communication, let's say that there is a blackout, there is no PV or grid coming in, then the inverter, let's say it's off, then but you have juice in your battery, you can use that energy within the battery to power the inverter back on with the black star button, and it will allow for communication again with the inverter, so that we can monitor uh, any issue that there may be. The BMS in our batteries are allowed for self-adapting capability in parallel, which allows the voltage to be always in balance. So the voltage needs to be the same on all batteries for better performance and to allow for the lifespan, to maximize the lifespan of the battery. But if the voltage is not balanced, it can damage the components within the batteries. So the BMS in our high voltage battery keeps less than 3 volt difference between batteries, and in the low voltage it keeps less than 2 volts difference. When there is no communication between battery and inverter, the BMS will make sure that there is not an output, and that's the reason why we added the black star, so that it's basically a way to go around the BMS to have an output of power to turn the inverter back on. The Wi-Fi monitoring system also, in all of our products, we have the Wi-Fi capability, and it's scalable and up to 10 units in parallel. The 15K and the 10K high voltage both are able to parallel up to 10 units without an external hub. We have the rack, the Soluna high voltage only P6 rack, so you have the ability to stack up to 10 up to 6 rack batteries in the one rack. Soluna EMS Smart Link, where you can connect up to 10 groups, and the parallel box that is for 200 amps in and 175 amps out, and data logger. So this is one of the examples, and when it comes to the connection in parallel of our 15K coming into the parallel box, going to the breaker and in the inverter. So you can see one inverter able to communicate with 4 batteries. In this case, you can have even more batteries through, if you can add more parallel boxes, and the master parallel box will be the one communicating with the inverter. So it has the black star button on the side, and it will, as I mentioned, send the signal to the inverter to restart it, allowing the system to become operational again. And it's a Smart Link compatible, up to 1.5 megawatt hours. You can, as I mentioned, you can have, in this case, in the high voltage batteries, the 10K and the 15K, you can have up to 100 batteries connected in parallel. With SPD protection, integrated surge protection device. So this will allow for protection against over voltages. We have a contactor, allows the connection and disconnection of high current circuits within the battery system. It has a fuse that is designed to interrupt the circuit if the current exceeds 60 amps. and it has a power resistor that limits the initial current inrush to prevent the damage of components. When the inverter is turned on, there is an inrush in coming into the battery, and the power resistor will allow for that, will allow to prevent the damage of components. It has a 10-year guarantee. The only thing we ask is that if the battery, if there is an issue with the battery, you will, as soon as you know, we ask for at least within 3 months for you to reach out to Soluna or your distributor in BayWa and tell them there is a problem so that it can be covered by the guarantee, will cover the freight and everything. And it has a self-heating option. And these are the optional products of Soluna with the for the high voltage, the parallel box, the data logger, the smart link, and the rack for 6 slots. It's compatibility with multiple inverters, but it's certified UL 9540 with Solis. And these are examples of some installs with Solis in the parallel. This is two parallel. We have in here 8 batteries connected to 4. It has Solis 6 S6 inverters, hybrid inverters. We have 6 batteries here. Each battery, two batteries go to one parallel box in this installation. This is another example. In multiple, you will see multiple installs with 2 batteries, because even if you think about the code in Canada, you are allowed up to 30 kilowatt hours in one residential home with only one, you can have only one unit, maximum 20 kilowatt hours. So in this case, you have 13.5 with the 15K. You have 13.5 kilowatt hours with our of usable capacity with our 15K. Then if you want to add another battery, you will just need to have 1 meter apart between each battery, and it will be within compliance. You have more examples of Solis with Soluna. These are floor mounted installs. This is for a more commercial install. This has already 6 batteries. You can see the green light, which represents the slave battery. The white light represents the master battery. And they have 2 parallel boxes. Any questions for our high voltage battery?
We do have a question. What is the voltage required to charge from the external charge port?
So the voltage coming to the 10K, just coming in to the battery, the external charge port. Can you?
Oh, Perry, would you be able to clarify on your question a little bit, please? Oh, I don't see him responding, so we can always offline that one, Luis.
Okay.
Okay, we're good for now.
Any other questions?
Nope, that's all we see. We're good to go.
All right. This is for our commercial and industrial solution, the power cell. We have the 60 kilowatt hour, the 100, well, this is 99.84 kilowatt hour, and the 153.6 kilowatt hour. The usable capacity on each PC60 is 15 kilowatt hours. The PC100 is 79.87 kilowatt hours, and the PC150 is 122.88 kilowatt hours. The depth of discharge on all of them is 80%. The rated voltage for the PC60 is 307.2 volts. For the PC100 is 499.2 volts. For the PC150 is 768 volts. The maximum charge is 100 amps and the maximum discharge current is 200 amps with a life cycle of 6,000 and protection level IP55. The height of all these batteries is 2,050 millimeters in height, the 1,200 millimeters in width, and 1,050 millimeters in depth. The communication is CAN, and it's we're working to get the UL 9540 certification with Solis on this one. So I believe it's on the works for this year. These are the main features: air conditioning already integrated to keep the cells cool, fire protection integrated, a smoke alarm, 5-year guarantee with the option to add 5 extra years, Wi-Fi monitoring, pre-assembled for delivery, and the VMS integrated with the ability to scale to up to megawatt hours, 1.5 megawatt hours. Compatibility with Solis and other inverters, but as of now, this year, we are already working to get the certification with Solis. Any questions for the commercial and industrial power cell battery?
Any questions out there, folks? It's a great time while we have our friends with Soluna with us here today. We'll give you another minute just to check. Oh, here we go. I see your question, Robert. We will take that offline and get you a response for that. Any questions out there before we wrap things up? Okay, any options for Ethernet monitoring?
The monitoring, I can get back to you on that.
Okay, Rowan, we'll definitely follow up with you on that. Anything else, folks? Okay, is it possible to scale to 500 kilowatt hour?
So with our commercial and let's see, with our commercial and industrial solution, you have up to 1.5 megawatt hour. You can scale up to 1.5 megawatt hour. So
okay, I think that's it for now, but if folks do have follow-up questions, please just reach out to us. So we have many sales reps waiting to help where we can. Just a couple of things before we go. This was recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel. If you haven't signed up for the YouTube channel, we would love that you did. You can find this recording as well as all other recordings we've done. You can find information about this product on our web shop. So if you haven't signed up for the web shop, please do. It's a very powerful tool. You can find your spec sheets, inventory, install manuals. You can see inventory, future POs, a lot of great information on there. We're really excited about the Soluna product. We think it covers a lot of bases. Please log into the web shop, have a check. I think you'll find it's very cost effective. We really appreciate you, Luis, and Soluna, excellent partner, great support. And thank you, everybody, for joining today. Have a great rest of your day.
thank you. Have a good one.